Hey everybody, welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with my bestie Mandy.
And I'm here with my bestie Jessica.
So it's time for us to do our series that really tests our friendship every time we do it. And that is our Convincing My Bestie series. This is where one of us convinces the other one to read in a specific trope that we wouldn't normally choose for ourselves.
Yay!
Yay! Mandy is thrilled because it's her turn today. And we're going to do Omegaverse again. We have a few Omegaverses out there, a couple of videos out there that will put this all in the same playlist, but it's something that has been requested by you guys, so we're doing Omegaverse again.
Okay.
Thrilled. Before we start with that, though,
well, make sure you hit that subscribe button because you want to win these free books that are not Omegaverse. But they are fantastic books by Calla Reed, so hit that subscribe button.
All right.
Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Okay, so I know you don't care for reverse harem, but it's really hard not to have reverse harem within Omegaverse. I think I have like 2 on here that are not reverse harem. But yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. Okay. In Omegaverse, you still get some of those sci-fi feels or some of the fantasy feels too. So I do have some of those. So let's get started. Okay. So the first book that I have for you, I'm going to read the blurb on the back because it's been years since I read it. I did give it 5 stars when I read it, and I really liked it back then. I don't remember a ton, but this little blurb is jogging my memory a little bit. So this is called The King's Omega, and it's by Mary Bright. So this says, they're going to need a bigger dungeon. When you're the last Omega in the world, forced to mate with the cruel kitten-stealing king, well, it's a good thing he has 4 sexy generals who know how to storm a girl's castle. But can they convince her to fall in love without falling for her themselves? Born long after the plagues that killed every Omega on the continent, Valley is the lost Omega prophesied to save her country. All she must do is mate the king, but he can't stand her. He thinks Valley is a dirty, foul-smelling brothel maid and falls for her treacherous mistress instead. When the king realizes Valley is the true Omega, she still can't love him, even if she doesn't hate him quite so much. Sure, he gave her kitten back, but he's already mated to the enemy. Can his irresistible generals convince her to fall in love, or at least in bed, with the king? Perhaps if they all torture her together. I know. You're so excited. And I don't know if that one has, some of these sometimes have MM elements. I don't know if that one has it in there or not. So I'm just saying I don't know. This next one is one that I read a few years ago and really enjoyed. It is male female, where it's like there's no reverse harem in this one. Okay. But it is alien. I was waiting for that to hit home, but he's human alien type thing. Let's just okay. This is called Brutal Mate, and it's by Lee Savino and Tabitha Black. I'm just going to read the blurb on the back of this one too, because it does a way better job than I do. I remember this one quite a bit. So it says, 1 minute I'm walking back home from a nightclub. The next I'm waking up in a cage, abducted by aliens, given to the alien race, put up for auction. But instead of being sold to the highest bidder, I'm rescued by one of the brutal ones, the biggest, baddest bullies in the universe. But it's not a rescue, not really. My rescuer makes it clear he wants something in return for saving my life. And Omega. Me. So this heroine is from our world. And I remember when she's walking back to the nightclub, like she feels like she's walking through mud or something. The next thing she knows, she wakes up in this thing. She's human, but in his world, she's an Omega. And he's very humanoid, but he's kind of a dick. So he's not very nice to her, but you know, it was good. I liked it. That whole series, I liked a lot. Okay. All right. So the next one that I have for you, as of right now, is male-female. Eventually, it will be reverse harem, and that is the one that I read this week. You can read anything by LV Lane and get amazing Omegaverse, let me just tell you. But this is Beautiful Savage by LV Lane. And this is about Isla. And we're going to start with Seb, because there are 2 other guys, but they're not brought into this situation yet. This ends on a soft cliffhanger, so you could finish this book and just be done with it. and be happy. So this is about Isla, who is engaged, and her fiance takes a job in a different dome. So this is a little sci-fi where they're on a world, but it's there's domes. We also live in domes because of asteroids that hit the Earth. And so she has to travel with her fiance from one dome to the next. And in between that dome is this savage land that is not in a dome. And they travel by what sounds like a bullet train. It's a very fast train that they take.
Okay.
And she's always heard rumors about these guys stopping the train and stealing women off the train, then nobody ever hears from them again. But, you know, those are just rumors. It makes her nervous, but those are rumors. Well, lo and behold, when they're in the savage lands, guess what happens to her? She is stopped. The train is stopped, and the women are taken off the train. And then there's some survival in this one. There is there's other woman drama in this one that I appreciate, because I do like a little bit of other woman drama. It's really, really good, and it's setting up a great story. So there's that one. Okay. Then the next one is one of my all-time favorites, and that is Manx by Grace McGinty. Again, reverse harem. So this is about Naja. Naja
What?
is Naja. It's Naja. So it's Naja is her name.
Okay.
That's what I call it. I can message Grace and find out for sure, but that's how I say it. Anyhow, Naja is taking care of siblings. They're trying to make ends meet, or a sibling. She's got a younger sibling. And so, like, really little, toddler size. And she is stripping because of that. Like, she's got to bring home money somehow, so she is stripping. These guys come into the club one night, and they are what we call Manx, and they're shifters of a kind. And they're the last of their race, and they haven't found an Omega in forever. When they smell an Omega. So they cause a diversion, and they literally pull her off the pole, and they abduct her. But as they're leaving town, she's like, wait, I've got a sibling, you know, she can't be left home alone. She's little. And so they go and they get the sibling, and they bring her and the sibling back to their town, because this town is full of Manx, and it is their compound. So this is reverse harem. They need her because she's bless you, the only Omega, female Omega.
Don't let my sneezing stop you.
Hold on, okay. They need her because she is the only female Omega, and they cannot continue on their race if they have a male Omega in their group, but they don't have a female. They need her eggs to make babies. This does have impreg in it, where the guy gets pregnant. It is the only book I've ever read that with it in, but oh my gosh, I love it. I love it so much. Or the whole series does. It's so good. Just read the damn book. Okay. Ready for the next one?
Yep.
You're like, I don't know. Okay. So the next one that I have is, hold on. Okay. So the next book is called The Beta, and it's by Avane Michaels. So it's Avanne, Avane Michaels. This is about Talia. So Talia has to go live, because of things, the way their world happens. She is a beta, and she is being assigned to a group of alphas to help take care of their male Omega. That is her job. This is a very political thing. She's given over to this group of guys. She has learned, because she has a reputation for not getting along with alphas that she's been assigned to. She just really wants to be loved, is really what she wants, but she's treated very poorly. And so she gets assigned to these guys. She's more of a troublemaker. These guys are kind of in charge of, you know, things. It's a government thing. They're pretty high up, but they have this male Omega, and she has been told to submit herself to the male Omega to make life a lot easier. The guys don't want her anywhere around their male Omega, their male mate, at all. They think that she's going to be trouble, and they like put her in the basement, and they turn the heat off in the basement, and they are so cruel to her. But she perseveres, and she makes a relationship with the male Omega. Things go from there. This is a trilogy. You can read their first book. If you don't like it, you don't continue on. But there's 3 books in this series. But it is very angsty. She's treated very poorly, very crumbly. Crumbly, I don't even know if that's a word, but she's treated pretty crappy by these guys. But things change. Things happen. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, the last book that I have for you is another one of my favorites. And I actually have it here, but I got to pull up my notes. So this should be 6, right? This is number 6?
Yep, this is 6.
Okay. So it is Pack Darling. This is a big book by Lola Rock. This is a duet. But I loved it. There is audio for this one. Whoop, there goes my bookmark. Okay, so this is about Lila. So Lila is living in this private school that's kind of like a training school for Omegas. And she is a dancer. She's this little tiny dancy thing. And she has kept her heat at bay. She's kept her maturing at bay by taking and doing things and like abusing her body as a dancer for years. Because in this world, when you hit that stage, you're given, like, you have to perform, and then these alphas come in and they all kind of bid on you, and then that's who you end up going home with, is that group. And she's wanted to put this off and put this off and put this off. Now, she is an orphan. Like, she was given over to the school at a young age, and that's why her last name is Darling. That is how they mark those people. And so she is treated pretty crappy as well. This is all along the same lines as the last one. She's treated pretty criminally. I like that word. We're going to keep that one, criminally. She's treated pretty poorly by the people in the school. She's abused by them and just people in general. But she's given over to a group of alphas. She's like 21 at this point, and they're like, yeah, you got to go. We're not keeping you in school any longer. And so she's given over to a pack of alphas who also have a male Omega, and they don't want her. They do not want her at all. But when she gets there, so she's had her heat kept at bay. So her scent isn't very strong, but she can smell them. And when she gets there, she realizes that they're all her fated mates, but they can't smell her to know that she's hit theirs. And so they treat her like crap too, because why wouldn't you? Yeah. And so this one is also extremely angsty as well. Love it so much. I read it at Christmas time and I still think about it all the time. I think I need to do a reread sometime soon. Okay. I'm sorry you're getting so many reverse harems, but you know, it is what it is. So there is your 6 to choose from. Do not hate me. They're my favorites. These are like my all-time favorites.
That's what you said last time when we did this.
Those are my all-time favorites too. I've got 12.
Okay, then we should not have to do this again.
It would be really hard if we did this again because I haven't found any more that I love other than like LV Lanes, and they're all in the same series.
Well, I mean, a reverse harem paranormal, I'm sure we'll have plenty more convincing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You tortured me with Best Friend's Brother. I torture you with this. I mean, you know.
When did we do Best Friend's Brother?
When you made me read my Best Friend's Billionaire Brother.
That was rom-com.
No, that was Brother's Best Friend.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. Rom-com was the Unhoneymooners.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. But the last time we did this, you made me read a straight up book.
What was it?
The Alaskan series. And they just like, I mean, the girl's a virgin and then she becomes a hoe.
I'm sorry.
Like a lot. Like
she
can't even go to
the Wolf Hotel.
Classy dinner without.
Yeah, because you chose the Wolf Hotel one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was raunchy and not. I don't know. Anyway.
Okay.
I hope that this one will redeem itself because you're not doing so hot.
I hope that you find something that you like you actually enjoy it. I'm
gonna pick Beautiful Savage.
Okay.
I like the whole, like, they're on this train and then the women get taken. I don't know why. maybe it sounds, and this is ironic because of what I just said, that women get taken off the train, but it sounds more normal.
Yes. I'll give you that. Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't recall hearing the word alien.
No. Nope. But they all have knots. So.
Oh my gosh.
I think you'll like this one a lot. I really love L.V. Lane. She has other series as well that are more fantasy. That are Omegaverse fantasy, but this one is her newest one, and it's really good because it's more straight. It's a little sci-fi-ish, but not really.
Okay, I'm gonna read it.
Okay, all right.
right.
We will be back and see if Mandy survives this. All right, Mandy, you finished Savage.
I did.
How did you like Beautiful Savage?
I really enjoyed it.
Okay, good.
I was a little surprised because when you start off, and I don't think this is a spoiler, but her boyfriend, I was just thinking like, oh, her and her boyfriend are moving away together. Everything is just hunky dory. But things are not hunky dory. So then I was like, well, that's kind of disappointing. I was looking forward to being ripped out of like what she thinks is her perfect life and thrown into something else. But the story goes in such a different direction that doesn't even factor into it anymore. Like, he's just a blip on the radar.
Yes.
So I'm excited to continue on when the next book comes out.
Me too. I cannot wait for the next book. This one, like I said, it ends on a soft cliffhanger. It does set things up for like that there's more to come. But if you really wanted to end, I guess you could end there because it's not like this major cliffhanger. But you still want to know what happens in the relationships. So
yeah.
I'm glad you liked it. I was a little worried. Omegaverse isn't always, it's not your go-to.
It's a little different.
Just a little bit. So good. So. All right, well, that's it for this one. We'll be back soon with another one where Mandy will be convincing me.
Make sure you check back on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for new videos from us.
Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you in the next video.